Hello, good evening. It is Monday, so it's monthly make time, but we're back. I've managed to get our streaming software working again. Yay! It's taken a bit and it's a bit of a faff now, but it is working, I think. So if you're there, say hello, just to make sure it's working, because we should be live on both Facebook and YouTube. So good evening, Maxine. Good evening, Sue. Let me just move that one over as well, so I can see what's going on there. It's just, all it means is I've got one more screen to look at. That's fine. As long as we can craft together, that is fine. I've not plugged my laptop in, so bear with me 2 minutes. I knew there was a cable I forgot to do. There we go. That'd have been a different reason we went off air tonight. So yeah, we are back. Our software should be working, so we should... touch wood, there we go, touch wood. Everything is fine. Don't want to say that actually, because probably something else will go wrong, but yeah, touching wood, touch wood. So, what have I got planned tonight? I was having a bit of a sort out, and I found, well, it tells you how old this is, it's by Dovecraft, so very old. Some 8x8, really nice, what do they call it? Like craft card, but it's not, it's like craft board even. Covers for a journal or something. So because I've been a bit picky about my journal, I've not got a new one yet. So what I thought I'd do is we'd make some backgrounds to put in and create our own journal. Yeah. So I'm going to leave that to one side because I've not decided if I want to hole it for ring binders or I want to put a binder on it yet, so we'll leave that for another day. So what I've done is I've cut down some card, there we go, just slightly smaller, 1/4 inch smaller than that 8x8, and I'm just going to create some backgrounds on it and see where we go. So should we get going? My chair is really squeaky tonight, I do apologise. I hope it's not driving you as nuts as it is driving me. There we go. I've got to admit, I'll start that again. My teeth aren't in properly. Mr. Roo's been working in here because he's been doing some super long days and working like late nights and things. And he's moved all my stuff around. I've got all sorts of cables and stuff. And yeah, nothing was where I left it. So everyone just likes my desk, I think it is. It's because it's got the big computer screen. Anyway, right. We'll start, shall we? I have got, it's not like me to start with cuts. Well, it is. When I'm journaling, I normally like to play. So, anyway, I've got 7 3/4 it'll be inch square in front of me, and I've got my stamps. So we're using the monthly make stamps. They're all over the place, so you'll have to bear with. And I was going to use, whoops, nearly. My stamp don't want to come off my block, which is why I went quiet. So what I was thinking is we're going to do a bit of resisting in our background, and then we'll do some other pieces to go on top. Yep, that is my plan. That's what we're going to start with. So I'm going to start off with that one. I don't know why I always start with this one, the little triangles in the triangles. The triangle of triangles. That sounds like some like prophecy or something. A long time ago there was a triangle of triangles. Right. I need some ink, don't I? I do. It's right behind me. You don't have to wait too long for me to find it. So I still don't know where my little tidy tray is. So we'll work with that in a second. Let's get these sleeves rolled up. If I'm doing embossing powder, you know it's going to go everywhere. So my idea is on my first layer, I want it to resist the triangles. And then on my second layer, my triangles will be my colour. Yeah? That's the plan. Is it going to work? We will see. Right, I'll use my little anti-static back there because you know it goes everywhere with me embossing powders. And then let me just click that over there. I want to create some. So my phone kicked me out, so I can't see There we go. I can now. I'm back. There we go. Right. So I want to create like an arrangement of my triangles. So I'm going to start off with these, and I've got the tinted emboss pad here, so I should, in theory, be able to see ever so slightly. I'm going to start in the middle actually. Just like that. Can you see it's got a tint to it? Very pale, but it is there. Just like that. Evening, Tracy. You've been a busy bee, haven't you, with this stamp set? Been loving your creations in the Crafty Roos group. Love the Christmas tree one you did. Right, what I'm going to do is I am going to quickly panic because I forgot to get a piece of paper ready for our tidy tray. Whoops. That's never a good thing, is it? That won't do. Nope, that won't do. Yeah. I'm not that organised tonight. Evening, Pauline. It's alright, we've not been around for the last few weeks. We've had gremlins. We had the Facebook gremlins. Let me touch that wood again. Ooh, that was a bit too much. Facebook gremlins again. That didn't go in my pot, did it? But it was close enough. You knew where I was aiming for. So I'm just using clear embossing powder and put that back up there. I would do a bit more. Oh, better. But we're back. We are back. We're not letting it. Yeah, it couldn't keep us quiet for too long, could it? So I'm just changing it up. So I'm not quite sure which ones I want. I hadn't really planned a pattern for this, so we're just going with a bit of everything, shall we? And you can see mine isn't very clear because my stamp was dirty. I should have used white. Or I should have used a clean stamp even. Evening, Noala. I'm just going to keep popping. I know I'm being really generous with my embossing powders, aren't I? Just going to keep popping it in. And then let's go back to another one. So I've done that one, I've done that one. Oh, let's get some stripey, mate. There we go. I'll pop this one on. And I quite like it when the lines aren't straight, if that makes sense on this one. They're at an angle. Let's pop that one there. I'm trying to be really careful that I don't touch that embossing powder, because you know what I'm like. I've got big sausage fingers that just go and whack everything out of the way. I'm going to pop that one there. Not going to do any more on that one, I don't think. And then whilst I've got that there, let's grab one of these solid ones, I think, because we're going to pop lots and lots of colour on here. I'm just going to pop that right in the centre. Oh, that's yellow. That's definitely not been cleaned. You're also going, yeah, because you never clean your stamps. I know. I've been a very naughty girl. Oops, there we go. So whilst I'm just building up my pattern, so can you see? There you go. Well, you can, just about. There we go. So whilst I'm just building up my pattern here, what I forgot to tell you, if this is working tonight, which it seems to, I'm touching that wood again. Let's pat the wall. I will be able to share the details of our next craft along, which is all going to be about masking. Because I love masking. I think it's a great little tool. Oops. Just noticed we've gone a little bit blurred, so give me a second. Probably whacked it with my tissue and didn't realise. Nearly. Pop it down there. No, come on. Come on. Thank you. Because I said it was working. It was trying to catch me out. So yeah, next craft along will be the bank holiday weekend. So I will be sending out details on that, and it will be all about masking and just different masking bits. Don't want to do that there. Do I want to do that there? Maybe. This one's tricky because I've not got a nice straight edge to butt up to. Or I'm just making it trickier by overthinking is probably my problem. There we go, and then let's just grab, what else have we got on here? Don't want to do another solid one. I might actually, I'm going to go back to that one I think. Just have one of these, and then I'm going to stop. I'm going to cover it full of ink. Well, we're going to dry it first. You know. Gone to all this effort of putting our embossing powders on there, we might as well, you know, heat them and set them. Just like that. Oh, you knew I was going to do it. A big inky pinky right in that bottom corner. We'll sort it out in a second. You know, now it's going to put my sausage fingers in the wrong place. Right, so I'm going to move that over there because it's full of embossing powder. Let's get this off my desk, because that is just going to cause chaos if I don't. Pop that there. I did say we will just tidy up that a little bit because it's going to bug me because I was doing so well. There we go, mermaid to the rescue. Yeah, we have been on our travels. We didn't go to the US though, we only went to Port Maddox. I know it's exciting, but not quite as exciting as the US. Yeah. We only went in our little wobble box. I think it'd take us a while to get there at caravan on back. Be an interesting flight though, wouldn't it? There we go. Let's just get this nice and dry. It is. Getting away from it all is lovely. And the best bit was, little lady got to paddleboard for a day in the freezing cold sea, so she was a happy chappy. She got to go paddleboarding and we got to, well, watch her. Bear and I dug a very big hole. We were very proud of our very big hole. There we go. Right, that looks very multicoloured. If I'd used clean stamps it wouldn't look so multicoloured. But I'm not going to worry about that because I think it'll be fine. Once we get colours on there and everything, it'll look fine. Now, I wanted big, bold and bright. Yeah. So, we did a piece the other week where we had some beautiful colours together. And it just looked lovely. It's behind me actually, I'll show you in a second. And I really did enjoy working with those colours. Now I'm missing my orange. There it is. I found it again. Yay! So it was this one. And I really love that colour combo. Yep. So that's what we're going to use again today. Though I think that was speckled egg, not... salvage patina, not broken glass. Let me just grab my salvage patina. There it is. It's like it knew it was being called. Let's have that one. Definitely salvage patina, not broken glass. Good job I pulled it off the shelf. So we're just going to add lots and lots of colour. Wanted orange as well, didn't I? There it is. Yep. Oh, I'm going to start with my orange, I think. No, I'm going to start with my blue. And I'm going to do lots and lots on my table. I should have really made sure my table was clean before I did this. Seems okay. So I'm going to pop lots and lots of water on. And then get my big fat brush. And all I'm going to start doing, I can't decide which way it's going to be easiest to do this. You can see I've got it really wet. And we're just going to start coming on. Could do it in. I haven't decided. We're doing nice bits or we're doing splodges. I think we might do splodges. No, we'll just do a quick colour wash. Splodges we could be here forever on. We could just put it straight into the ink as well if we wanted to, but I did just use no ordinary, just clear powder. Never anything fancy with me. I don't want it to go, so I've got, you know, how can I put it? I don't want a solid line where I've gone to, yep, so I'm trying to just fade it in a bit. There we go, that's a bit better, isn't it? Nothing worse when you've tried to do blended and it, or splodgy and it, you get a straight line. Dry as my crackers. There we go. So I think I'm done with my blue. Let me just wash my brush out at the same time. Be okay. There's that one. And then we want our lovely pink, our lovely flamingo. I can never say it. The first bit, like Kirsch, yeah, that one. Never say it. I'm going to pop this one on my desk as well. Give myself a nice big blob. If my desk was a little bit tidier, I might have left my colours out. But my desk is never tidy. Never tidy at all. There we go. Now I'm just going to take some really wet stuff over here just to finish smooshing it out a little bit. Yeah, I'm not worrying too much at this point. You can start to see, can't you, the colours? It's not coming across quite as well on screen. Let me check. Oh, it is. You can just about see it. Might go in with a bit heavier colours in a minute then. There we go. Right, so my pink's done. Oh, can you see what I've done? I didn't heat up my powder on my last triangle. Oops. I just wonder what the lumpy bits were. Oh well, let's see what we can do to fix it. I definitely don't want to heat this now because I've got the embossing powder everywhere that I didn't heat the first time round. I was doing so well as well with my embossing powder. Did wonder what my little lumpy bits were. There we go. Right. I'll get my big brush and dust them off in a little bit. Just that one corner there. Rubbish. I must have been thinking about something else. There we go. Right, so I'm going to do my orange as well now. Let's come and put that one down. Oh, silly Billy. Doesn't take much, does it? I've gone a bit darker with this one, haven't I? Some more water. Can you see I've got really defined brush strokes there? I really don't like it. Me, I use 300 GSM. Just ordinary white wove. I do try and get the stuff that's got a bit of a grain to it, but this hasn't actually. This is just pure white wove. So it's not grabbing the inks as much as a one with a bit of a tooth would. So it's acting more like a super smooth, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I do like that. Now I'm tempted to go back in with a bit more of the pink. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of pink just to brighten it up. I should have been more confident with my colour choice the first time round. I know it makes a beautiful colour palette. Just wasn't so sure about the way I was using it. So I'm just going to bring a bit more in. Because it's wet, it's blending quite well. Evening, Mum. There we go. Right, now I'm happy with that. So it looks really wishy-washy on screen. It's not, it's bright. No, it's a lot brighter than it's looking on screen. Rude. Keep looking at the computer screen, it's like, nope, it's just not looking. Right, and then what I'm going to do before it dries is I'm just going to dab all the bits of embossing powder that I remembered to heat up. I'm just going to dab off. As you can see, we've got, yeah. I'm going to go in with that blue again, I think. And I know I am throwing lots and lots of water at this until I get my colours right. You're all sat there going, yeah, it's not quite working, is it, Kim? It is, it's getting there. We're just building it up slowly. Should have just been a bit more confident. But there's that saying, isn't there? You can take it away, but you can't. You can add to it, you can't take it away. There we go. For once I did less is more. Right. Going to just give that a minute. Get all these bits off my desk. And it's decision time now. I can either, why my paper's wet, if I go there you go. I'm getting excited, you can tell, can't get my words out. If while my paper's wet, I go back in with my oxide, as soon as it hits that paper, it's just going to go poof, which could look quite impressive. So we're going to go back in. What I'm going to do this time, let me grab my little bits. So I'm going to take exactly the same stamp. So it's not going to stick to where the embossing powder is, and where it's wet, it'll start to, not explode, that's not the right word for it, but you know what I mean. Merge. Except for it didn't. Okay. Just, well, it has a bit. Not quite as much as I expected it to. So I've done it offset. Paper must be soaking up a bit better than I thought it would. And I'm just going to dab off anything that hits my embossing powder. There we go. Yeah. Right. And then this one. So I've done orange down there. I'm going to do blue on that middle one. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm just rotating my colours around. And I've dropped that one that way. It is starting to bleed now. It's looking quite cool. We'll drop this one that way too. Quick wipe. Make sure you get your oxide off your stamps. Else it'll go on to your next ink pad. Let's just get our pink. It's kind of looking. Right, I've got some ink on it. There we go. I could have done this the other way around, but I wasn't sure of my design. So whilst I was playing with my design, I'll do that bit next. I'm going to come in with my stripes. So again, I'm just going to offset them. I've done my pink. Oops. Tissue, thank you. I'll do my blue. Dropsies as well. Yep. And then we can grab our triangle. They're all triangles. What am I saying? My triangle of triangles again. That one. I'll do the blue one on that. Yeah. I'm trying to decide. I'm going to do orange first. I know sometimes it takes my brain a long time to kick in. I think I'm overthinking. Yeah, I'm going to do that one in orange. Don't know why. Don't know why I panicked and went, maybe not, maybe not. Why not? I'm going to do it that way as well. Just like that, and then the next one's going to have blue in it. There we go. Let's pop that one that way a bit. And then these ones, we're going to cheat. No, we're not going to stamp them because they've got a lovely big gap of colour. So what we'll do, and remember this is the background, so knowing me, I'll probably end up covering most of this in a minute. But I know I've done the work, you know I've done the work. So all I'm going to do is take my colour. I want it quite bright. So orange is this one. Let's remake this triangle. Even though I did manage to get rid of half my embossing powder. There we go. Don't know what I thought I was colouring in with that. I did lots on my desk then. There we go, a bit of blue. Not quite sure where we're going with this yet. We're just building it up, slow and steady. There we go. I'm just finding every time I touch this now, I'm just finding more and more of the embossing powder that I didn't dry. So I'll just get rid of that when we dry it off in a minute. Well, when it dries, I should say. So we're starting to get quite a different looking background. Yeah? Not quite standing out as much as I'd like them to though. So, especially this one. Yeah, he's not jumping off the page at me. So I think I'm going to do, if I can find it, there we go, this is going to be the side that I put into my journal. So I'm just going, because it's embossing powder, it's easier to do. I'm just going to go along the edge of me. Oh, it's still quite wet. It's okay. We can work with it being wet. Don't have a problem. Could have worked on my next layer, I suppose. Now what I'm doing is just running my pencil down that inside edge, and what I've realised is I've not taken all of my ink off my embossing powder either. So as we go along, we'll do a bit of a tidy up job. There we go. Just like that. I'll do the same over here. And can you see just adding this little bit of pencil basically. There you go, just making it stand out a little bit more. Yeah. I'm trying to stick to the same edge as well. Let's make this line up, shall we? There we go. We'll just come in on this bottom one here. There we go, nearly done. It's feeling very empty, this background at the moment. Okay. I am so tempted to go and throw some like words or something in the background. Or actually, I'm going to grab this one, but I want it dry, so I'm going to blast it with my heat gun. What I need to be careful of is that I don't overheat what I've already, the embossing powder that I've already set. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move this bit to one side, and I'm going to work on my next layer, because we want a next layer. Let me grab a scrap piece of card. There we go. And we are just going, sorry, my sleeves keep rolling down. Just going to, I want to play with these colours again, you see. So, my next layer. Okay, I think we're going to have, we'll create it and then we'll cut it into strips. What do you reckon? And bring it in. I think so. Right. That made no sense to you, did it? That was, yeah. Yeah, it'll work. It will. So I'm going to stick with the same colours. I am not changing up these colours at all. So I'm just going to create, you know what I'm doing, a bit of a splodgy background. You know how it goes. Put 3 blobs of colour down. Let's do our, I should have done my pink. Let's do my pink now. My pink is definitely the palest one I should have started with. Oh, that's okay. Works so well with spice marmalade. Let's get some shots of blue in there. And I'm not going for full out coverage on this because we're going to add to it, we're not going to take away from it. So we're not doing any resist on this. There we go. Super quick coverage. Put that everywhere. Oops. Right. So I'm going to grab this one. And ooh, you can see thinking. Let's go back to the orange. So the nice thing about this one is you can thereabouts line it up a little bit if you want to extendo it. We're going to do it. Second generation didn't quite work there, so we're going to first generation it again. I'm not looking for perfect stamping, I'm just looking to put some colour down on it. Put this one back over here. It was bugging me, it wasn't quite. Oh, that's nowhere near lined up. Oh. Yeah, nowhere near lined up. Change your cross-eye that one. I'm just going to grab that one. Okay, see if that's drying any. Oh, it is a bit. Just ended up throwing more and more colour onto that, didn't we? Onto the background. Probably not the best idea. Without drying it somehow. Nearly put that down upside down. Oops. Could have been interesting. Just keep going with this one until I think I want some pink on it as well. We've got our Diddy ones, haven't we, for pink? I'm not even sure how much of this we're going to use. But we'll see. Just having fun and throwing different colours together. Well, the same colour over. You know what I mean. Different stamps in different colours. Okay. I quite like that. Yeah, it's keeping all our colours nicely together. So, drying off. I quite like this little one in pink, so we're going to keep this little one in pink and we're just going to come in then. just keep turning him. One up here. Oops. Okay. I'm not wanting as many over this side, so let's just keep it. She says, and then she might just start going everywhere. I am actually. Okay, I've got a bit of pink. Let's take that off. A bit of blue. Now I'm cheating. I should really go and mask that off. But if you notice what I did, instead of stamping it, I pressed one side of it so I didn't quite get any colour going into my little triangle. Because I wanted it kind of behind. There we go. Oh, yes. Right, where's my little arrow? About to whistle then, Freddie. Don't think the stamps come when you whistle just yet, do they? Be good if they did. Could you imagine sat crafting? A quick whistle. Not that I can whistle. And your stamps just turn up. Oh, come on, Mr. Glue, you're in my way. Now I am being a bit more strategic with these because I'm pointing them with, whoops, my triangles. Yep. So there. Let's do that one like that. Or I might have just changed my mind about what we're doing. Oh, don't encourage him, Tracy. He'd love to invent something like that. He asked, I can't remember, one day of the weekend, he was talking about stamps. I don't actually know how we got into the subject, but he decided we needed a stamp that changed as you stamped it. Yeah, so basically it knew what stamp you wanted when you were stamping it, and it would just change as you stamped, which I actually think is quite a cool idea, but I really don't think polymer is that versatile. And then he got started asking about whether you could, how you could recycle polymer. It's like that you can't really recycle polymer at all. We do as much reclaim as we can to, you know, so we don't have as much waste. But once it's been set, you can't change it. And then he came up with good ideas of like cutting your poly plates and things like that. It was so funny. It was one of those surreal conversations that, you know, only Bear could come up with the idea, to be fair. So yeah, if you go to stamp, it changes. It knows what you're thinking and changes, which I thought was so cool. I'd love a stamp that knew exactly what I wanted to do before I did it. It doesn't always work like that. Definitely cut out some of the creativeness. Put one in there. Sneaking in. Right, I'm going to stop because I could carry on with this little arrow all day. We've gone really grungy. I didn't mean to go really grungy, but we have. Oh, hang on. Just to be awkward. Right, stop. Stop, because you're just going to end up playing. Well, I'm not playing more than what you already are, because I'll admit that I am playing. Just going to grab. I am. I wasn't going to, but I am. I'm going to use the words in this one because I do like these little words. Let me see if I can find one from here. I can. There you go. So I've just grabbed a smoky grey. Versifying. So it's permanent ink. Yep. And we're just... Once I start with this though, it is... No, let's see where we're going with the other bit first. So, let's step away from that bit. Right, where's my guillotine? My little guillotine. There. Probably don't want much of this actually. Cut it down to 1 inch, so it's 1 inch, ladies. Oops, that's not a very nice cut. Let's sort that out. Because I was debating. There we go, let's just take that off. You know me, I like to do things in 3, so I need 3 inches. I do them slightly different. Right, and then they need points, don't they? I know. We'll get them a point. Do it that way. You know I'm not one for measuring. There we go. Not sure I want to put some black behind it. Oh, there we go. It must have heard me. There is some just there. Or blacky brown. It'll do. Not quite as long as my piece though. There's definitely not enough to do it there. So we're going to work with what we've got. Make these look a bit bigger. Oops. I've got the strength to use my guillotine. There we go. Sorry, sleeves again. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that on the end there. And just, oh, scissors. Hello, scissors. Now it'd be nice to have a whistle for your scissors. There they are. Mr. Roo's put them away because look, I never fasten them because they're a spring and sometimes they just spring. I'm just going to do a quick point, just like that, and then move it back and we have got the perfect little point, just like that. Oh, hang on. Might have missed a trick here. If we do it coming down like that, I'm not going to be using the sentiment that we had with this set because I wanted to use that one, but that's too big. We're not going to use that one. There, perfect one. I thought I'd seen it on my desk. We will do the one from, I think it was January's monthly make. I'll measure my success by how much fun I am having. How does that sound? It's pretty fitting for this page, isn't it? Right. So now I just want to pick my favourite. I'm not... Actually, that one's quite nice, isn't it? Like that. Right. How cool was that? Don't you just love happy accidents on your desk? You've probably got very organised desks. They're not like mine. My desk is just Chaos. It's got next month's monthly make on it as well, which I've just realised isn't in shop. We're alright. You nearly had a sneaky peek then. That would be funny. One of these months it will happen. I'll pick up the wrong one. Right, so I'm just using my tape for quickness. The background has worked out really well, hasn't it? It's just some fun. Nothing serious about that background. And it is a really grungy background, but it doesn't look grungy because of the colours we've used. And that's the important bit, isn't it? It's always about the colours. The colours you choose on your projects. Right, I'm going to take that off. I'm going to use this little arrow again. I think that's going to be quite cool. And we're just going to... There we go. It's starting to work. Nope, that's grey. I swear I've seen a black one somewhere. There it is. Hiding. Again, if I could whistle for it. Yeah, just turn up. Could you imagine? Whistle. There we go. You'd be a millionaire if you could do that. Though you can get those tiles, can't you, to like clip to your car keys and stuff. It doesn't help though if you can't whistle. So. They didn't really think that through, did they? Right, I think I might do another one. Ooh, look at my bad inking tonight. Ooh. That one didn't want to come off, did it? Again, what is with my bad inking? I'm inking everything but the stamp. Oh, that last one was a bit squiff. That's okay. We are going to come and pop that on there, I think, but looks a bit plain Jane, doesn't it? Doodle pen. I'm going to do some faux stitching, and also I don't know whether you can see, but I can see my little, oh, I can't even show you on camera. Let me see. No, it's not going to show. Let me show. I've got a mark from where I marked it on my cutting thing, and it's bugging me. So we're going to get a little bit of faux stitching, and no one will see it now. Not that you probably saw it before. And I love that combination of nice straight sharp lines from our triangles and then lovely lovely circles. You know me, I love a circle. Let's just get a little bit of a perfect. Tell you how much does it really to please me. Give me a white pen, white and black pen, few inks. Oh, come on. Oh, crusty end. Why have you gone crusty? There we go. It's working again. There we go. I think. No, we're going to have a little bit more faux stitching just because we can. Probably doesn't add anything to it, but you know, makes me feel better because I've doodled a bit more. There we go. Right, put the pens away. They're safely back in their pot. We're okay. We're going to pop. I think we will leave it as long as it is. What do you think? And then we'll just have that underneath there. However, I'm thinking we want a few more of those little black arrows because they do look quite cool, don't they? Yeah. So, sorry, bad inking up time again. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do a, yeah, bit of a border. They do look quite cool. But we're going to have it all pointing towards our what do you call it? Saying, sentiment, greeting, the wordy bit. No, we'll do it that way instead. Oh, come on. Play nice. Really bad inking up. Where's this bit gonna go? Where's this bit gonna go? I should have put a little mark on it. Yeah, right, I'm gonna stick this bit on. Because then ink pad back in its box, in its lid. Because even though I was getting excited, you just knew that ink was going to end up all over me. Oops. Yeah, my red tape doesn't want to play ball. There we go. And then my last one. Just like that. Always sticks to me, red tape. There must be a way of it not sticking. So I'm just going to pop that there, I think. Well, that's where it's going because it was red tape, red liner tape, so there's no way we're getting that stuff off again. I'm just going to chop that end off. So now, I'm just blow my nose, it's running. Oops. There we go. Ooh. I've had the sniffles ever since I got back off holiday. It's not been, oops, a daisy, come on. Let's use our trusty black ink, that normally helps us. I have to look at why my camera keeps going off. Come on. Not done this in ages, has it? Well, it did it earlier, but you know what I mean. Come on, Mr. Camera, play fair. We've just got you back working. Right. It's not the camera's fault. It's a Facebook change. But we are back working, that's the main thing. And we have got some fancy new features. When I learn how to use them properly. There we go, right, that one. And that one. No, I'm not going to be clever. No. Might be. Yep, might be. And pop it in. My stamp's the wrong way round. I want to do exactly the same. Because I want it all pointing to our sentiment. Just like that. And because we haven't got much black on this, once we put that sentiment on and these little black arrows, everything we've done in that lovely background and things is going to mean nothing, because we're going to put that one here and then we will fit our other one in between. Otherwise it looks like you've not planned it out. And I know I haven't, but nobody needs to know that bit, do they? See, now I can space it better. Oops, apart from my plonked it a bit low. Just like that. And I think, where's my little sentiment? Where have you gone? You're all sat there whistling for me, aren't you? Where's it gone? Rude. It was right here. There it is. It's got red tape all over it. Ugh. There we go. I should have changed that and gone up there. Never mind. It's okay. So I need to stand that onto some white card because look at that. It is. I can't stamp it there because I've got that embossing powder on there. So I'm just going to ink this up. I know I've still got my arrow on the other side. Still had ink on it. I've got this to go here. About the right side. I've even got a bit of black there that might, as I'm looking at it, it's going, this might actually fit quite well. Oh, it's a bit bigger. Quite a bit bigger. That's okay. I'm going to doodle around the edge of that. I think that piece is quite as clean as I thought it was going to be, but it's okay if you don't look too closely. There we go. Just need to take a smidgen off that other side. I should have used my heat gun and just, but I'm rushing now because it's starting to look alright. Grab my tape and then we'll do our doodles over the top. There it is. It's not anything like what I had in my head when I sat down tonight to do this. But I like it. Whoop. That's not going to stay sticky, is it? Come on, what have you done? Thank you. There we go. Red tape strikes again. Nope, I'm just going to pop that on there. Get my black pen out again. Ooh. I was going to say we've not had many squirrels tonight, but he's just arrived. It could have been a cat, that one, because he's not ran straight across the roof. And that cat that normally sits at my door now started sitting at, well, it sits at the house door, but now every time the door's open it tries to get in. We don't have a cat, but this one seems determined to come and be. I keep telling it doesn't live here, but it doesn't listen. Right, I'm just a bit miffed about that one there, but that's my fault. I should have stamped this bit first. Let's get it stuck on. You can tell I'm trying to think, what can I do? What can I do to hide it or make it better? But it's only a journal page, wasn't it? It's not, you know, this is for me. Let's go in my little book that we're going to create. There we go. Oh, actually, there we go. If I do it at a jointy angle, looks like it's going, yeah, it's being poked out of place. And then it wouldn't be, just got stuck to my tape again. Them arrows look so much better with that, just that little highlight of white on it. I'm just going to quickly do. That one's got a whole crunch of embossing powder, which is why it's got a little bit not stamped quite right. There we go. I am. Oh, that didn't stick. Why didn't that stick? Rude. Maybe I didn't push it down enough. Maybe my paper's too wet. There's one stuck there. Anyway, we'll figure that out. So there you go. We have got. Actually, I really don't like where that's stuck now. Well, it's stuck, so it's staying there. So we've just had a bit of a play. We've used some of our triangles and background with embossing powder. We've used those that three colour palette we used from the other week, which was orange, spice marmalade. You can see it's orange, but which orange? Spice marmalade, salvage patina, and Mr. Flamingo. And we've just stuck to those colours. And then we've, like I said before, we used our embossing powders, and then where we've got an edge on our embossing powders, we've just gone in with our charcoal pencil or pencil, whichever one you've got, and then just splodged some more colours, some more of the shapes in the background. I think it's worked out pretty cool. I love those little accents though around the edge. Yeah, that's cool, doesn't it? Right, there we go. It kind of turned out in the end. I've had fun though. That's what matters. So, let me see if I can get this back working again now. There we go. I press the right button. It's all changed. It looks all different. So that is it from me tonight. We will be back on Wednesday. I'm going to touch wood because it has worked. And the gremlins will stay away. So back Wednesday at 8:30 because it's swimming. And I don't know what we're going to be playing with, but we'll find something and we'll have a bit of fun. And we'll I'm just moving that over there before it falls off. So yeah, Wednesday 8:30. And if you want to take part in our next craft along, it's going to be the bank holiday weekend. I'm sure I've done the Saturday. I can't remember. But look out for the details for that. It'll be tomorrow or Wednesday when I pop them out. With all the details of what you're going to need and all that kind of stuff. So I do hope you can join me for that as well. So thank you for bearing with me with all my Facebook gremlins over the past couple of weeks. I think we are sorted. So like I say, back Wednesday at 8:30. Thanks for joining me tonight. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you Wednesday at 8:30. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.